I'm really honored to join the great work, the report, Air Pollution in Asia Pacific, Science-Based Solutions, as a co-chair. So my talk is about the report. As we are all aware that air pollution is a serious health threat in the world, particularly across Asia and the Pacific. Only less than 8% of people in Asia Pacific enjoy clean air. That is 10 microgram per cubic meter defined by the WHO guideline. In 2015, actually 2.4 billion people are exposed to a high level of ambient air pollution. That is 35 microgram per cubic meter. With the household air pollution, actually 4 billion people were exposed to high levels of air pollution in the region. And we found that highest numbers actually in South and East Asia. But there is a good news as well. We had the considerable pollution reduction. We achieved that with the current policies. Actually, you can see the graph. In 2010, we had a reduction of SO2, and in 2015, we had a reduction of nitrogen dioxide, NOx. So there is some achievement. But looking at the PM 2.5, that is the rose line, the squared, the orange squared line. So we don't have a significant improvement. Actually, the level is almost level off. So we don't have significant improvement in the case of PM 2.5. So there is a good news of the decoupling emissions of air pollution from economic growth, but also we had some tasks to achieve in the future. So current policies, if we implement fully, we can result in no further increase in air pollution, despite of the 80% expected economic growth in 2030. So that means if we do currency policies, air pollution may not increase while lifting tens of millions out of poverty. So that is a really important news. But the bad news, again, is 4 billion people will remain exposed to health-damaging level of air pollution. So that is the challenging task for us. You can see the green bar, gray bar. That is the level of PM 2.5 2015. If we do not take any measures, in 2030, we may have increase of air pollution. You can see the orange colored bars on the right side. But if we fully implement current policies of the countries, this will reduce exposure in 2030 to the same level as 2015, despite of projected 80% economic growth. But this means increase from 2 million in 2015 to 2.5 million premature deaths in 2030, not because of the increase of level, but because of growing and aging populations. So we need more ambition to reduce health impact in the next decade. As we see in the video, we propose 25 measures. The 25 measures are grouped into 3 categories. The first category is Asia-wide full application of conventional measures. The second one is next stage air quality measures that are not yet major component of clean air policies. The third one is measures which contribute to development priorities in connection with SDG goals with air quality benefits. So we looked for measures that lead to largest reduction in population exposed to PM 2.5, plus methane measures to reduce tropospheric ozone and hydrofluorocarbons which reduce near-term warming. So if we take fully top clean air 25 measures, it will improve clean air to 1 billion people in 2030. So that is a huge achievement. And we also reduce the number of people facing the highest WHO interim target, that is 35 microgram per cubic meter, by 80%. So that is also a huge achievement if we do fully implement these 25 measures. So that is a really benefit for health. So this is the map showing after successful implementation of top 25 measures. So that is a map we want to see in 2030. If we compare the current levels, there is a huge difference. So this is a big improvement, isn't it? So this 25 measures is so important for the benefit of health, for the reduction of air pollution. But as we all know that Asia is not homogeneous areas. It's really, we enjoy the diversity. So we are grouped into 4 different groups or zones. So East Asia, South Asia, and Southeast Asia, and high-income countries. So 4 groups. So these 4 groups may have a benefit differently depending on the measure they take. But altogether, if we do 25 clean air measures, it would avoid several 100,000 premature deaths from ambient PM 2.5 pollution and about 2 million from indoor air pollution every year. And the benefit that does not stop just for the health. We also have a benefit for food security. In this, the figures, we have a maize and the rice, soy, and wheat. The left orange bar is 2015 baseline, and the right side yellow bar is 2030 with full implementation of 25 measures. So actually this is a crop loss associated with ozone exposure. So if we take 25 clean air measures, we could reduce crop loss of maize, rice, soy, and wheat by 45%. So if we have a benefit for the food, that also gives another benefit, additional benefit to the health again. So that is really important, the benefit. The other one is we also help to achieve sustainable development goals. All these 25 measures are actually linked to key SDG attainment. If we do successfully implement 25 measures, it actually will reduce carbon dioxide by up to 20%, methane by up to 40%, black carbon by up to 70%, HFC by up to 80%. So that is also another huge achievement in relation with the Sustainable Development Goals. In the morning session, we talk about the co-benefit, particularly with the climate. So these 25 measures also associated with the co-benefit for climate. So in this figure, you can see the dark circles. So the right side is a full implementation of 25 the measures that we can reduce the impact from the air pollution, and also we can reduce SLCP and CO2. So we can avoid altogether 0.3 Celsius of warming by 2050 if we fully implement these measures. So this is a huge achievement considering the Paris Agreement goal. So that is really one of the beauty for this measure for the co-benefit. But as we may assume, it costs for implementation. So these 25 measures may cost 300 to 600 billion per year. You may think it may be big, but in 2030, it is equal to 5% of increase in wealth in Asia Pacific. Considering the expansion and increase of economic power in the region, it may be affordable. And if we have the successfully structured change in energy, there is maybe less need for expensive pollution control. The cost may be less. So now let's make it happen for healthy people and environment. I'd like to stress again, cooperation is really key. So we need to have concerted efforts and integrated action from government, business, and civil society. And as I said, it costs, but the benefit far outweigh the cost. And also, there could be some financial mechanism available for the measures. So that is the end of my talk. I would like to thank you, everybody involved in this really great work. Without their effort and without their contribution, we cannot make it happen. And I would also like to thank you, the UNEP and the CCAC and APCAP. Thank you very much.